Welcome back, guys, or welcome if you're a first time viewer. Usually on this podcast, we talk about wrestling and paranormal events and tennis shoes. If that sounds like something that you're into, hit subscribe and let's get into it. Okay, guys, I'm going to be switching up the podcast a bit. I'm actually going to go back to what I really wanted to do to begin with this podcast, and we're going to discuss certain topics every week about wrestling. I'm not going to update you on what's going on. There's so much social media on the fact of what goes on those shows that you really don't want to hear me repeating anything, and I really don't want to repeat anything. So we're going to have topics each week, and this week is the topic of originality. Okay? I feel like gimmick infringement is a real thing in the world today. I swear there is not a normal wrestler in any of the rosters in WWE that have their own original gimmick. Everybody takes their gimmick from somebody. I mean, look at LA Knight. He has like four mixed into him. Stone Cold, The Rock. It's just, I think that a lot of these wrestlers, when you do originality, it just works way better. It's refreshing. Look at Trick Williams. He is literally Booker T. Okay, so he's wearing a fur coat and leather pants and a cowboy hat. You could change the wrapper, but if the inside is still peanut butter, it's still peanut butter. So I mean, there's not a lot of changing gimmicks, and that's why I feel like Danhausen, I feel like Undertaker, Kane, John Cena's rap guy gimmick, I feel like those took off because they were original, because there weren't history of saturated John Cena's or a history of saturated Undertakers. There never was anything like the Undertaker or Kane. That's why when Kane came out and tore that cage cell off, everybody was like, "What the hell?" Because it freaked everybody out. We got Fatu. He is literally Umaga with street clothes on. Okay? And that's exactly how Umaga acted, crazy and unhinged. And we all loved him for that. But I'm just saying it's a repeat gimmick. Roman Reigns is just a paper rock. Okay? And he is just trying to enjoy that. And that's why I really don't like the bloodline anymore, because I feel like it's going on and on and on. Even The Rock separated from his groups and changed it up at times. All these guys are just really gimmick stealers. I don't really want to say that, but really that's all they really are. And I don't know if it's WWE doing it or if it's the wrestlers doing it. I know in the past, McMahon would say, "Hey, this is your gimmick," and that's how it would work. I don't know if they still do that, but I mean, I understand. I've seen Tough Enough. I don't know if you guys have. There's other shows that show wrestlers starting off, and okay, not all their gimmicks stick. I mean, Seth Rollins has been through five. Alexa Bliss has been through five or six. But I feel like you should have the creativity control of yourself. I don't feel like that WWE should be. I think WWE should be a guardian over it to give you tips and move you in the right way. But I don't think they should be doing what they're doing because it's just awful. It's all the same. And I don't want to say every single wrestler, but like it's just the same. And you, as a product of WWE, if they don't change something soon, they are doomed to fail. Okay, they are doomed to fail. Now, I really have some breaking news, which I just seen today, uh, all over the place. I do believe that I've heard the rumors and seen enough to address this. Now, what I've heard is that The Rock is supposedly buying WWE out from TKO. Now, sure, a lot of you say TKO and The Rock are working together. Actually, truth be told, ever since The Rock came back and they attacked Cody Rhodes and he never came back, he's been on the outs with TKO. Yeah, sure, he's a shareholder, but there's been no advertising. He hasn't been doing nothing with them. He didn't even go to the MMA fight. So all this stuff kind of leads me to believe that these rumors might be true. And do I think The Rock has the money? Hell yeah. That dude is rich. Okay. And I'm telling you, if a guy can walk into a dealership and buy his mom a $150,000 car cash and not care, dude's got money. So I don't know if this is a good thing. I don't know if this is a bad thing. The only good thing would be is getting it out of TKO's hands. They're garbage. Okay, they're just garbage. And I feel like I don't know. Maybe this could be like an AEW thing where a bunch of wrestlers go in together eventually. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if this even pans out because I've heard a lot of rumors in the past about McMahon and Saudi and all this other stuff, but I don't know. There's substantial facts that are leading towards The Rock could possibly be purchasing this WWE, which would be it'd be a very big moment in history because no longer would it would just change history. So that is kind of how I feel about them with their gimmicks. You know, I don't even want to say this because I'm going to talk about it, but like Hulk Hogan's gimmick, it was original, I guess. I don't want to give the guy credit, but it was original. And we discussed this last time. The heyday of wrestling was the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. And it started to tweak out at the end of the 90s. I think that that is gone. Unless WWE does something to bring it back, we're doomed here because it's just, they hit a home run with Danhausen. Like, this guy has owned this gimmick forever. And all he's wanted is to be known for his art. And let me tell you, you guys all, not you guys, but everybody booed him when he first came out. They were like, what? Ooh, ooh, ooh. And the next day, he had the number one t shirt sales. I mean, when have you ever heard of that? I'm going to pull out a Jericho. Ever heard that before? Never. Honest to God, I don't think I've ever heard anybody selling that many t shirts, okay? He should take pride in that. I think he could go far. I think he could be a standalone attraction. I think he could be like this, Undertaker, Sting, Macho Man. Original gimmick stick. And they work and they work good. And as long as they're done right, they'll take off. And you got like Mick Foley. He had 4, 5 different characters, and each one blew up constantly. Like, I'm telling you, it's just the originals are way better. Unfortunately, that is where we're at now in WWE. And it sucks because, these guys don't even know how to eat a punch anymore. Like, that's when I say the heyday. The heyday when you got into a fight in the ring, there was real blows, man. Okay, maybe they weren't intended to give lumps and knock you out, but those were real blows. Okay, that was some real shit back then. Now you could see them swing and miss like a baseball bat or missing a ball. It's terrible. I just feel like we need to head into a different direction in this future of wrestling for WWE. AEW is pretty hype. They look like they take some good bumps. I did for the first time in a long time see the Sasha Banks match, and that was pretty good. Definitely they were definitely throwing it down, and I will say that AEW is doing pretty good. And in other news, other wrestling organizations, Tommy Dreamer was let go from his writing position at TNA, and there are heavy rumors that Road Dogg is going to be getting hired there soon. If you remember, Billy Gunn and Road Dogg worked on TNA for a long time. So do I think that these rumors are true? Yes. Do I think you better recognize? Oh, you didn't know? Because it's just too coincidental. And I think that Tommy Dreamer is probably going to retire now. I mean, he's not in the same shape he used to be. So, I mean, whatever. Comment in the section and let me know how you feel. Let me know what you guys think about their characters and originality and gimmick infringement and Danhausen and stuff like that. If you got some comments, I'd love to hear it. Okay, for the paranormal section this week, guys, I'm going to change it up a little bit and I'm going to talk about some paranormal news that's circulating right now. And one of the big things I like to follow is, paranormal houses and asylums, buildings, anything that has historical value or meaning, and there is proven paranormal experiences there. This topic is the Conjuring House. Now, it's not a big deal. It's an 18th century house. It's had a lot of problems with the people that have lived there, and one of the families experienced something in 2013, which made the movie. But recently, it's hit the news because there's been some trouble with some people wanting to buy it, and recently, it went to court with some investors to battle it out in the courtroom. The property's entertainment license was revoked, and the house faced foreclosure. The big deal about the house was is that there was a high-profile legal battle over the house and who was going to take ownership of it, which has been dismissed. So now actually, a famous movie star, an actor, and comedian is aiming to purchase this house, which I am absolutely blown away to find this out. It's actually Jason Mewes from Silent Bob and Jay's movies. He is hilarious, but he is also into paranormal. And I am blown away that he's actually going to buy this. Okay, and also like Matt Rife and Elton Castee, they separately acquired the other real life Warren family home and museum, which is it blows me away that these comedians are actually buying these haunted places. I mean, it's cool, but I mean that's I gotta tell you something that's really there's some paranormal stuff that goes on there. So, you know, comment in the section. Let me know what you feel about that. If you spotted anything in the news that's up and coming, or any videos that you want debunked or explained, maybe I can go through them. Comment in the box. All right, we're gonna move on to our next section, which is the shoe releases, and this is gonna be a pretty in-depth section because I'm not really using sneakers anymore for the shoe releases because they're really inaccurate. They have a big gap, and we'll discuss that later. But the shoe releases are coming in hot on Foot Locker. I mean, Foot Locker has tons of these releases right now, and I I just I don't know why Sneakers is not putting these in their lineup. June 19th, which was today, is the Nike KD's OG Night Vision. Pretty cool looking shoe. I'm not really into the KDs, but I would rock these because I like the night vision look. It looks cool. And then tomorrow, June 20th, guys, we have the Jordan Retro 5 Black University Blue. I like these. They're a cool looking shoe. I think it'll be sold out. Guys, I have no clue. Because the way this has been going lately is the shoes have been sitting there. I never would have thought I'd been able to get a Toro, and I did. I got the red Jordan Toros 4s for I that just doesn't make any sense to me how that happens because they were so hot. But they do sell out on sneakers, but you can also get them anywhere now. Like they're pretty well populated. Then on June 20th, we also have the Nike GT Cut 1, blue, red, and yellow, which I don't know. It's an activity shoe. It's definitely a running outdoorsy shoe. Um, I find them comfortable, but they're very narrow. Now, June 26th, they're coming out with a new Nike Shock BB4, which I don't know how I feel about this because it looks like a mid quarter kind of shoe. It's white and midnight navy and metallic silver. So I'm gonna have to see these in person. I'm not that interested in them, but it's something new to me. I've never seen them before, so we'll have to see what happens. Those come out June 26th. Then also on June 26th, we got the Nike book Craftsman, which are definitely a weird looking material. Um, they're white, purple, and green, but I'm looking at them and they look solid purple. On July 1st, these are dropping. The Nike Dunk Lows Sesame Street. They are white, pink rise, and white. So that ought to be interesting. I'm actually I'm kind of like impressed that they came out with a Sesame Street shoe and it's not for children. So we will have to see where that goes. They look good, so we'll see. Now these shoes are coming out July 1st, and I don't know how I feel about them. They changed up the look a little bit. They're the Jordan Luca 5s. These are laser fuchsia and fiberglass black. Um, yeah, they're an okay looking shoe, but I liked the old ones better. I just don't like this style. Also on July 1st, they're releasing a white and black version of those. Still not that great. And on July 1st, they're also releasing a new Jordan Tatum 4, which is China Rose, Regal Pink, and Active Pink. Whole lot of pink, guys. And also on July 1st, they're releasing the Nike Dunk Low Sesame Streets White, Black, White. Which these kind of look kind of cool too, but they're women's. But I mean, who stops that? How does that stop anybody? Then also on July 1st, we have the Nike ST Charge PE. Orange. They have these versions of this shoe. It's called the Detroit First, and I like those. Those are pretty cool looking. I just don't like outside laces where you have to have the brackets on the outside and you can't tuck them in. So, I mean, but they're a good looking shoe. On July 2nd, we have a new Jordan releasing called the Jordan Triangle. I'm not really a fan of them. So, we'll have to see. It doesn't have a number, it's just a new line of shoe. July 3rd, we're releasing Nike Ja 3 Animal Pack, which is safety orange, black, and university red. These look kind of good. I like them. I like the tiger stripe. I do have the Jurassic Park ones and the Halloween ones. So I would possibly think they're not that bad priced either at $130. Now here comes some cool things. July 15th, we have the release of new Crocs. They are the Mario Classic Crocs, and they are blue, red, and multi. Pretty good looking shoe. I like the hat, how fuzzy it is. Those will be $80. On July 15th, they're releasing the Crocs Yoshi Classic Crocs, which will be green and in a multicolor. And these are pretty awesome too. Like, I'm pretty blown away by this. Actually, I'm not because Crocs doesn't cease to amaze me. They come out with some really cool Crocs. And then they're releasing on July 15th also the Bowser Crocs, which are very good looking, and they're green too. And they're $80. The Crocs Princess Peach platform clogs are coming out on July 15th, and those are going to be $90. And they are pink. Be interesting to see what these look like. My list is really informative this time because I have, like I said, not using sneakers no more. I'm using other sites like Foot Locker and Champs because I don't feel like sneakers is accurate. They stop in June, and the next time you pick up a shoe is October. That doesn't make any sense to me. You're leaving these big, huge gaps, and sure, you're gonna fill some in, but when you do that, you miss shoes, and I just think that, like these Jordan Comic Con ones, they're coming out on July 25th. These aren't posted anywhere. This wasn't in my list. You can't find these anywhere. They're not showing up on anywhere. But these are coming out for release also. And I gotta tell you, I have the T-shirt, so I might rock these. Who knows? But I really think that they're not going to be available because they're a hot seller. But they're coming in family sizing, so the whole family will be able to get a pair, right? Who's going to pay $220 for a little kid's shoe? Thanks for watching. If you liked what you heard, then please like, comment, and share with your friends. Every bit of engagement helps me get the word out. If you made it this far, leave a tooth in the comment section.